guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. So I just wanted to address something because I've been getting a lot of DMs in regards to Nicki Minaj and her marriage. Okay, now I was in the court hearing, the conference on Zoom. I was there and I did not hear any lawyer or the judge mention Nicki's marriage. Okay? Nobody alluded to Nicki not being married. But when you go on social media like Twitter, all these Barty Gang pages are saying that Nicki Minaj is not married and that she's a liar. Now, there is no, marriage certificate on file. Okay, that is true. But that was not really brought up in the court hearing. Okay, now I believe Black T Blog was also at that conference in Zoom, and you can even ask her. Okay, I don't know who else was there, but you can even ask Black T Blog. Nobody really mentioned Nicki's marriage. Okay, maybe I missed something. It could be me. Okay, but they just kept going in circles on whether this default judgment should be against Nicki Minaj or not, okay? When they get to Kenneth's default judgment, that's when we'll really find out if Nicki's married or not, okay? Because really, all they care about Nicki Minaj is money. That's all they really care about. And with that being said, when his default judgment hearing comes, okay, which should be within the next couple weeks, if it rules against him and he says he doesn't have any money, then they will say, well, ask your wife. She's a millionaire. Have her cough it up. And then he can either say, well, we're not really married. That's when we will really find out if they are married or not. They're not really coming after Kenny. They don't really care about Kenny. They care about Nicki Minaj because she's the millionaire. Okay? They know they're not getting no $20 million from Kenneth Petty. Okay? They know they're not getting no money from him. So with that being said, don't let Twitter fool you. Okay? I'm pretty sure Black T Blog's probably not going to talk about it or whatnot, but I thought I should address that because it's just that narrative that they want to push, like Nicki Minaj is a liar because the default judgment wasn't against her. The judge didn't really rule. So that's why they're trying to do this, and they did it on her birthday. Okay, and she was getting dragged on her birthday. I was going to come back and make another video, but I didn't really have the energy for it, okay? With that being said, though, that doesn't mean she is married. It just wasn't talked about at that court hearing. That's what I'm saying. At that conference, Zoom conference meeting, nobody really mentioned it. I think her lawyer said that the only reason why Nicki is in this predicament is because she's with Kenny. That's all he really said. I didn't hear anybody really talk about her marriage. And I've asked people that were also in that conference, and they said the same thing, that they didn't hear that. Okay, so I don't know where this rumor came from. It looks like it came from a Barty Gang member on Twitter, and they're not even quoting what was said. So how are you going to say, oh, it was alluded that she wasn't married, but you couldn't quote what was said? Yeah, you may not be able to screen record, but you can at least quote because, Black T Blog had the transcripts. Okay, she was going line by line about what was said. Okay, so don't be bamboozled by, certain blogs that don't like Nicki Minaj, especially the ones on Twitter, because they're just saying that because the judge did not rule against Nicki. And they're probably upset about that. But we will find out once they get to Kenny, because he can just say he don't have the money, and they're going to ask, oh, well, ask your wife. Now, moving on to Drizzy Drake, the Snake. This is one of the reasons why I really can't stand Drake. He says more life publicly to all his different friends on social media, DJ Khaled, Future, Thug. But when it comes to Nicki Minaj publicly, he always gives her the cold shoulder. Now, there was no happy birthday from a lot of different people, but I would expect, since, Drake and Nicki are in a better place, I would expect, him to say happy birthday to her just once publicly. I get it. He has her number. He probably texted her, but she always shows love to Drake publicly. Even when Funk Flex said that Drake did not write his raps and her and Drake were not cool, and she did an interview with him in 2018, she went up there and stuck up for Drake. When does Drake ever stick up for Nicki Minaj? I'm tired of these one-sided relationships that Nicki has with these celebrities. It gets boring, okay? Moving on to Saweetie, she did a recent interview where she was complaining about how she works too hard and she's getting burnt out. Okay. Now, when she's talking about working hard, she's probably talking about how she endorses all these brands and how she has to travel. Okay. But this is Saweetie and her team's fault. My whole thing is nobody told Saweetie or her team to endorse every brand in America and it not help you musically. The last successful song Saweetie had was, the song with Doja Cat, Best Friends. Since then, she's put out an EP. I think it was Pretty B playlist or Pretty Summer playlist. She put out 3 records recently and they all flopped. Okay. Saweetie is just a social media influencer. That's basically all she is. No offense. And I do not sympathize with Saweetie because, of course, when you endorse every brand in America, you're going to get burnt out. Notice how real artists don't do that. And you really don't deserve the awards that you've been getting for your hard work. You're not a new artist. You really should not be in that category. You're not a new artist. You've been out since 2016, since you were smashing Justin Combs. Okay, you're just getting recognized for it, and they're, bending the rules for you like they did with Lizzo. Lizzo put out Truth Hurts in 2017, got all these awards for it in 2019. They're doing the same thing with Saweetie. But she doesn't deserve half of these awards that she's been getting or nominated for. Okay, Adele doesn't do endorsement deals. She let the music speak. Doja Cat doesn't really do a lot of endorsement deals. She does some, but she mostly let the music speak. You need to do the same. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.